couple blemishes and some pimples. I'm like, whatever been wrong with that?
Right.
I'm like, it's again, it's the heart. The heart is the heart.
Right.
I mean, like, but again, that's I don't know. That's a very weird space that I think like addressing that would definitely attack a whole lot of issues. I mean, I get it, but again, enhance your beauty, do what you want. Again, we're not
knocking that.
We gotta say this because again, people always like, oh, y'all gonna attack me, y'all coming after us, blah 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 blah. Here we go. No, that's the problem. People can't speak openly to people and say what they need to say without straight up, without people feeling some kind of way. Like that's just how we feel. But again, you don't gotta change how you look, is what we saying. Like
you're gorgeous already.
You already. I mean, everybody not gonna like somebody for this, that, and the third, but you don't got to do all these things or try to be somebody that you just be you. I think if everybody just started being them, we could get somewhere. Be them and then understand like we're kind of alike. Like we kind of like. Then I'm like, well, I ain't really tripping.
Right.
But we've been taught this way of thinking and condition, and this means this and this means that don't nobody know, and everybody out here acting confused and hurt. Emotions are at an all-time high, and I'm like, how? Like, what? When did what somebody say ever matter? Like, when did it really ever matter? I'm like, somebody ain't gonna be upset. Somebody ain't gonna like you. Somebody gonna like, you can't please everybody. I'm like, I feel like that's like ABCs. Like, you're kind of supposed to know that. Like, it doesn't matter. It only matters what you like, what you want to do, but that doesn't make anybody right or wrong. Right. Like, what's right for your life is absolutely right for your life. What's right for my life is my life.
That's true.
That's it.
That's it.
And if it don't agree, then it just don't agree. But you ain't got to feel no kind of way. And I think when you choose to feel some kind of way, that's why you hurt.
Yeah.
Because you think you can control me. How dumb does that sound? Like, I made you mad, Dre. Really? I made you mad. Come here. Let me tell you some other stuff I need you to do. Since I control your mind and got you by the fingertip, which that's what people are, and those triggers that set you off. But it's greater than that. We're better than that. But we gotta I had an interesting conversation with somebody, and they told me, what if the majority of what you ever learned was a lie? Would you be open to like open that door? And I was like, let's open it. Like, and it was interesting because a lot of stuff was just a different way. And I'm like, you're right. I've questioned that myself. We had so many confirmations that we didn't say were confirmations, so. But again, just willing to like hear stuff differently from different people, and embrace that and just make conversations. I mean, go back to that communication. If we playing tennis and all I understand here is your views and that's it, then sound like you just dominating the match. Like you like Serena out here just killing me. Like,
well, the interesting thing about, the root system, and I can make you guys plain as day right here, man. When you have a tree, what don't you see?
The roots.
The roots.
Yeah.
But what's clear as day is the leaves and all the pretty stuff.
The stem and the branches.
And I was talking to someone, I mean, it's probably 3 or 4 days. I was talking to Sean about it as well. And this person mentioned that he put a video of themselves twerking on Instagram. I'm like, okay, so, the mom is concerned and all that. I'm like, but what's the root system of that? And because it can appear pretty, but what kind of message are we trying to get across to the audience? And, when I explained to this young lady, it wasn't pleasing for her to hear. I was advising that the sexual content of it appears that it can be sexual in nature. But she was stating that, it was attractive to her and to her friends. I said, well, what kind of friends are you attracting that likes this type of stuff? She said she was advising it was the young men. I said, well, of course they're going to like that because it's something that they're attracted to because their mindset isn't ready for something of that nature. And even someone like myself or one of my friends, when someone displays that, we're not supposed to lust, but in the natural, that's what generally happens.
And then to add, I mean, and that's just the whole issue with that on its own.
Right.
The people, they don't know any better.
Correct.
Like the world is teaching the world, and then the blind is leading the blind. That's what's going on. And then you take the kids, for instance, They run around here with their heads cut off.
Heads cut off.
Doing stuff that they don't even know is wrong, but we know it's wrong. But we like, it's only because we're not even that old to understand. Like, I'm like, shoot, I know why they did it. You know, like, I can only imagine what kind of space they're in, and the help that's probably needed to get some clarity, because everybody's doing it.
Yeah.
Follow the crowd. To you know, the world is saying you got to do this to be this. You got to be this to be that. And now, it's cool. Yeah. It's cool, and like you said, the twerking and that kind of stuff is happening. That everybody want to go viral. Everything is so cute. Everybody, it's all right. Again, that's the kind of stuff we're now embracing, saying welcome that kind of stuff. But at what point do you like, no, I don't know. I'm really not doing that. Right. You know, we got to kind of will that into where like I'm not doing that. You know, that's not who I am. Like I'm better than that, you know. Again, somebody gonna attack me and say, "Here we go, you better than everybody." No, you still ain't listening. You're better than that situation or behaving in that manner. Right. But a part of it is you just don't know no better. Like you just don't know, and then that's what everybody doing. Like so, that's what we doing. But again, that's why that whole exposure is too much at the age. That curse is a curse. Very true. And now they're battling with that, and then you know I got to do this to be cool or popular. When you are or you not. Like, but again, none of that even matters. You didn't have to be cool. Right. Like you are cool. Everybody cool. Be who you are. Be who you are. So yeah, those things are happening all the time with people and the kids, and even adults now are getting like, you know.
Absolutely.
You know, they out here like dang, like open book, and I don't know now. Like, what's going on here? You okay? Because again, it's that need to. The world says, "Tell me," I need to tell. The world says, "Justify," I need to justify. I'm like, well, all we doing is talking to a bunch of people that you don't know, looking for some type of closure or whatever, and I'm just like, yo, what is going on out here? They even got people so crazy like, yo, what should I watch on Netflix? But I'm like, isn't that solely based on what I'm interested in?
What you're interested in.
Like, I'm like, and then I'm like, why don't you just read the caption beside the what is it called? The description. Yeah. And I'm like, shouldn't that tell you if it's good or not? I'm like, everybody want to follow everybody, do exactly what everybody else do. And then what's happening? Everybody's becoming just like each other. And then the curse is on everybody. But the silly stuff like that it's like, you do have a mind, use it. Right. Take the extra step and read. Like, I know everything's so convenient now, but it's just like, all right, like, hold on now. Like, what we out here doing? Like, what's going on? Because it's sounding crazy, and then you translate that to communicating with people and in workplaces and everything. You can't do nothing. You got to walk on pins now because everybody's so emotional, so sensitive. But it's like, okay, so what are you going to do about it to fix you? Right. Well, if you fix you, chances are the people around you will adjust. Right. Because it won't be the same. They won't be able to set you off like that. You know, we keep looking for the answer, and you got a mirror. You got a mirror, hold it up. That is your problem. That is the difference between you and you. Right. Understanding who you are and, you know, figuring out who you are, you'll learn people better. You know, the biggest thing I think as humans we can do is learn other humans. Yep. You do that, you can conquer the world, I think. I mean, and most things is just an understanding and communication. But if I don't know how to do those things, right? I don't know, Dre. Right. You know, and they expect you should know, I don't really know. Yeah. I don't know how to build a house because I never did it. So when I took the hammer and put a hole in the wall, I didn't know I shouldn't hit it that hard. Right. You know, and
that's true.
We hold these expectations on people, and it's like, well, what kind of expectations do you want me to hold on you since you walk in this straight, narrow line and, you know, just all the kind of good stuff that people go through. And it's just like, man, like, again, none of that mattered. Right. None of that mattered.
You know, I would say, honestly, this will give you guys some advice, man. If you have curses or some root systems that you kind of need to dig up, first you have to identify what that is.
Absolutely.
It's the main thing, because if you can't identify what it is, you can't tap into it and cut that root from the bottom, from the ground. Go ahead.
So, come out there with this book soon, but we're gonna do this exercise that you guys can do. But I want to take you back, because I'm only 28, so I'm gonna take you back to school. If you take a big bubble, right? I'm giving you guys a real life exercise. You know how you brainstorm? You take a big bubble at the top and you put the issue in that. And you're gonna draw stems from it, and you put circles. And you're gonna break it down. It's like, is that true? You can even call it like, is this true? This, that, and the third. Almost like brainstorming. You're gonna get to the bottom of the truth. At the bottom of that web will be the truth. And then on that, again, we call it the truth, but you will get to determine, is it the truth? And that's a good exercise to take issues and break them all the way down. Like, again, create that big bubble and put it up there. Is it true? What does this mean? Blah, blah, blah. And it'll work itself all the way down. And you can hit us up and I can give you the details on it, but that's just a rough thing. And it's a good way for people to really like figure out like, all right.
Right.
Because it's hard to sometimes process stuff in the mind. Like, you got to write it down. You got to, I tell you what, you let your mind, you think you can handle how can you handle your mind on a typical day and then try to figure something out with the same mind?
Right. So, I mean, yeah, even so that natural sense of trying to identify what your root system is, that's very important. I don't know everybody's faith out there, but there's a spiritual side of that as well, us being men of faith and Christians. I mean, so God can reveal that to you. I don't know how he's going to speak to you. He speak to me, he speak to Sean in our own way. But that's another way you can identify your generational curse or root system. So
yeah, guys, that's it for today. Like I said, we just want to give y'all a little chit chat. Feel free to comment, attack, do whatever. But again, we're just gonna give y'all some insight on how we feel and think. The world is crazy right now, so crazy, so crazy, and people just walking around here hurt and angry and just bitter when life is short. People dying daily, like stuff is happening, like, and it ain't that serious. Like, you gotta remove that emotional attachment, let it hit the ground so you can continue to be great. I like to say we're here for a good time, not a long time, and we wasting a whole lot of time being in our own way, feeling some kind of way, just tight. Like, loosen up a little bit, like, you know.
Yep.
So,
with that being said, guys, be sure to follow us on Instagram, Straight Up with Sean and Dre, and on YouTube, subscribe to us as well, Straight Up with Sean and Dre. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Appreciate it.